Hello everyone. This class today we're going to talk about the pH measurement and conductivity measurement in a water sample or a wastewater, and how to do that briefly. So this is a meter for measuring a pH and then total dissolved solids and EC, electrical conductivity. So what is pH? So pH is negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. So actually we want to see whether the water sample is acidic or basic or neutral, or what it is on the pH scale that runs from 0 to 14. Electrical conductivity is related to the amount of dissolved ions that can conduct electricity. So the more dissolved materials you have in your water, the more the conductivity. And conductivity is also related to dissolved solids, so total dissolved solids in your sample, the total amount of salts present in a water sample. You want to relate these things to pollution or to transport of materials out of your water body downstream. So what do we do here? So we have an Acumet probe, and the first thing is to be sure that there's a battery that is functional and working. You can unscrew that, and if you want to replace the battery. And then you have two places where you have the electrodes. This is the electrode for conductivity. This is the electrode for conductivity. And then this is the pH electrode for reading the acid content or basic content, or how neutral the sample is. And then once you are ready with all this, they are connected well, and then you press the on button. This button has an on and off. So you press the on button, and then you hold on and allow the instrument to get to stabilize. And then after that, you rinse out the electrodes, and then you are ready for calibration. Calibration means you have to feed the instrument with solutions. For pH, you have a set of buffer solutions at pH 4, at pH 7, and at pH 10. So you feed the electrode, the pH electrode, to these solutions to calibrate the instrument to respond to these solutions. Again, you have to be sure that their solutions are of integrity, meaning that they have not expired, and you purchase them from a good source. Again, for conductivity calibration, you have to have a set of two solutions here. One is at the lower conductivity, 99 microsiemens, and then there's one at 14 microsiemens per centimeter. So these are the two solutions you use to calibrate for conductivity at two ranges, the lower range and the higher range, upper range. And then this is the water sample you want to measure. So one important thing, once you've done the calibrations, you can validate by going to the measure mode. By this is calibration button here. When you place each of the electrode, you do calibration, and then after that you press to go back to measure. So you can validate by checking your instrument, the instrument workings, whether it's okay, by using another set of solutions, similar solutions, but from a different manufacturer or different vendor. The idea is that if there's a difference or discrepancy in terms of the quality of the chemicals, you will see that there will be a problem. But most often it's always okay. So this helps to give integrity to your data and to the quality of data that you acquire. So after you've done all this and you are sure everything is working well, then you pour your sample, your water sample. For example, this is a sample from Hinckley Creek in Colombia. So we've already analyzed it. This was from February of 2015. So you pour the water sample here, and then you put your electrodes in, and then you can try to read the pH content and then the conductivity, and then there's a menu that you press that will give you total dissolved solids. That is done by calculation, so it's like half of the conductivity, and for some waters it's like 0.5 multiplied by electrical conductivity. Thank you guys.